Our final honoree was singled out for her commitment to service during a live satellite broadcast with none other than Pope Francis. Not only did he thank her for her work with immigrants, but he also said this. Is it inappropriate to say this, me being the Pope? I love you so much. Let's take a moment to recognize the life of an outstanding servant leader.
Known internationally as the Pope's Nun, Sister Norma Pimentel has inspired millions with her commitment to providing emergency aid to immigrants on our nation's southern border. Born in the U.S. as the daughter of Mexican immigrants awaiting citizenship, Sister Norma grew up on both sides of the U.S.-Mexico border. Her parents taught her the value of a life of service, and she would go on to earn a Bachelor of Fine Arts and 2 master's degrees in theology and counseling psychology. Sister Norma credits her work with the Missionaries of Jesus as some of her most formative, quickly learning the importance of practicing her Catholic faith by welcoming and protecting the world's most vulnerable people. Soon after, Sister Norma became the executive director of the Catholic Charities of the Rio Grande Valley, providing the region with emergency food and shelter, housing assistance, clinical counseling, and pregnancy care. In the wake of the 2014 surge of Central Americans seeking asylum in the United States, Sister Norma was instrumental in creating the Humanitarian Respite Center, which has restored the dignity of over 100,000 immigrants. Sister Norma's devotion to love and humanity works above politics, partnering with local and national law enforcement agencies, nonprofit organizations, faith leaders of all denominations, and hundreds of volunteers to help immigrants released by Customs and Border Patrol. 4 years later, Sister Norma continues to compel citizens here and abroad to contribute their time, resources, and compassion to the hundreds of thousands of immigrants desperately seeking refuge.
To present Sister Norma Pimentel with this year's Community Service Award, please welcome chef, cookbook author, and James Beard Award-winning TV host of Patty's Mexican Table on PBS, Patty Hinich.
Sister Norma's life was forever changed when she volunteered to be arrested in protest of social injustice and violence in Central America. She credits her selfless decision to Sister Juliana Garcia, her late mentor, who taught her the value of standing by your convictions even when the odds are against you. At a time when it seems that we are surrounded by forces that may question our values, Sister Norma is an unwavering force of good, reminding us that the more we recognize ourselves as one people, the closer we can get to a world full of peace, love, and dignity for all, no matter how young, old, or where we come from. In her legacy of goodwill, it is my honor to present the Hispanic Heritage Award for Community Service to Sister Norma Pimentel.
Muchísimas gracias. First, I need to say thank you, Antonio, and to the Hispanic Heritage Foundation for this prestigious honor. Gracias. I am among, yes, of course, I am among an incredible group of honorees. It's a beautiful night today, and I feel truly humbled and honored to receive this distinction that recognizes and celebrates our heritage. Somos Latinos. Like many of you here tonight, I am a daughter of an immigrant, the embodiment of the American dream from my father. And I grew up in the Rio Grande Valley along the US-Mexico border. a place which is 9 out of 10 individuals are Hispanics. And because we're all immigrants, our interconnectedness, we are predisposed as a community to be people that always welcomes the newcomers. It is no surprise that in 2014, we responded to the need that was in front of us. It is the compassion, love, radical hospitality, solidarity from the local community that has inspired thousands around the nation and even the world to come to the Rio Grande Valley and to help. Thank you. 4 years ago, we started this, and in those 4 years, we have already helped over 100,000 immigrants that have come to the border. Most recently, Catholic Charities of the Rio Grande Valley had the privilege of assisting more than 600 families who were unified under the zero tolerance policy. And one evening, I recall guiding a family and her little girl to her room after being reunited. And this little girl turns to me and tells me, "Hoy no voy a llorar. I will not cry tonight. Porque hoy, en los pasados 2 meses, he llorado todas las noches. But I have cried every single night. But tonight, I am sleeping with my mother." This award goes to the families, these families, who were brought together, mothers, fathers, and children. That emotional embrace that I received from each and every one of them was able to help me get in touch with their fears, with their hopes, and with their gratitude. It is for them, this award. But it is also I would like to also dedicate this to all the children who are still separated from their parents. These children who may still be crying, they're hoping that someday they will come together with their family. May we not forget them. I also would like to share this award with the hundreds of volunteers who have joined me and responded to the invitation to help. This is for them as well. They truly tirelessly and offered unconditional compassion and care for so many families that I really would wish to recognize their courage, their faith, and their resilience in helping the families. Thank you. I have set out a vision for a permanent humanitarian respite center that is so desperately needed at the border, at the Rio Grande Valley. It is a place that celebrates courage and dreams, that symbolizes empathy, faith, and compassion, above all that represents love, hope for the future of the immigrants and the refugees. A space that tells a story where human dignity is restored. Please join me as we work to create this new humanitarian respite center and support our campaign to make this dream a reality. Join me by looking for us on our webpage, catholiccharities.rgv.org. It is, for me, a bittersweet experience for me to receive this award. It fills me with great sadness to know of the many injustices that are currently happening in our country. But I also am filled with hope. As my mentor, Sister Juliana Garcia, once told me that human beings are defined by the way they respond to the difficult moments in life. To all the young Latinos today, that moment is now. The way that we treat most vulnerable in our society defines who we are as human beings. Thank you.